Alright, back with another album review. Today's review is on The Science of Things from Bush. It's the third studio album from Bush, and it's a follow-up to a Razorblade Suitcase. Now, as the title implies, this album has some science-related songs on it. I mean, they don't call it The Science of Things for nothing. Now, this album was recorded at 5 different studios. There's Mayfair Studios, Westside Studios, Air Studios, Weekend Recording Studios, and even at Nigel Ford's home. Now, this album was released on October 26, 1999 under Trauma, and this was the last Bush album to be released under Trauma. This album was produced by Clive Langer and Alan Winstanley, or the same guys who produced Bush's first album, 16 Stone. I also noticed that Gavin Rossdale was also listed as one of the producers. This album is primarily centered around alternative rock, but also has some elements of post-grunge and hard rock. But there's also a couple songs that also touch upon electronic rock. It's a genre that I don't think anyone expected Bush to touch upon. I noticed that this album also peaked at number 11 on the Billboard 200, and it was even certified platinum, by the Recording Industry Association of America. It's like at the previous album, The Science of Things ended up getting mixed reviews from those dumbass critics, but they just don't get it, because this album is way better than the critics make it out to be. Now to talk about the songs. This album starts with War Machine, which ended up getting released as a single on February 11th, 2000. Now, the next song is Jesus Online, and this song even features Claudia Fontaine doing backing vocals. And The Chemicals Between Us is the third song. And the song was released as a single on September 14th, 1999. It's over a month before the album was released. This is where the elements of electronic rock are heard, even though there are also some elements of new wave and even a hard rock guitar riff throughout the entire song. Where that Gavin Rossdale said the song is about, quote, differences and distances between people. This is actually the most popular song from this album, and what I personally think is the best on this album. Bush also played this song at their concerts. One thing I noticed about the song Space Travel is that it features backing vocals from Gwen Stefani. I know there's a lot of people who hate / make fun of Gwen Stefani, but I'm not sure why, nor am I too familiar with her music. What I do know is that she and Gavin Rossdale were actually dating at the time this album was being made, and they got married the following year. 40 Miles from the Sun has a very atmospheric feel to it, and I really like this song. Prizefighter has a very upbeat tone to it, and I like that. After Prizefighter is The Disease of the Dancing Cats, what's interesting to know is that when I saw Bush on August 16th, 2019, they actually played this song at the concert. This is another song I find to be very enjoyable. Altered States is another interesting song to listen to because of the lyrics and how it sounds. Now we get to Letting the Cable Sleep. This was the third and final song on this album to be released as a single, and the single was released on January 8th, 2001, which then Bush ended up going into soft rock with this song in particular, and the reason why is because Gavin Rossdale had written the song about a friend of his who had contracted HIV. Although the song was a minor hit, it did help this album go platinum. Now, the fact that Gavin had written this song about a friend of his who had contracted HIV is why the song has such a sad, but also has a sad and dark tone to it, while also feeling atmospheric. Now, the song also features Claire Ashby and Allison Dodds on violins, David Lasterson on the viola, Rosie Wetters on the cello, and Sacha Putnam on the piano. As such, I also done the string arrangements on English Fire and 40 Miles from the Sun. What needs to be noted is that the Japanese version of this album has a bonus track called Homebody. Unfortunately, that song isn't on this version of the album. There are also some unreleased tracks, Band the Bomb, which is instrumental, Learning to Swim, and even a cover of the song Break Through to the Other Side from the Doors. Overall, I really enjoy this album, and I feel it does some things better than Bush's first two albums. Like I said earlier, this album is way better than the critics make it out to be. And I recommend buying this album and giving it a listen. That's all I have to say on this album. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. I'll be back on Monday with another review.